Well, we know that hundreds of students are already back to school here in the capital region. More will be heading back in the next little bit. And Megan Sheskian from IKEA, this is a time of year I know for you guys down there at the big blue and yellow store where families come in looking to either reinvent or create study zones.
Exactly. This is that time of year where students are either going back to school maybe for the first time to elementary or junior high, or they're going to university.
Yeah, so maybe
school.
even a new location, a new room, new accommodations, whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
Why not the kitchen table? I mean, what do you advise parents or even those heading off to college looking out for themselves to think about when it comes, like, why is a study zone so important?
Well, especially with university students, they say that the rule of thumb is that you study 2 hours for every hour that you're in school.
Right.
So you want to make sure that your space is really comfortable and functional for what you
can stay focused and on task.
Exactly.
For the most part.
Exactly.
All right, so Megan, you've created 2 study spaces, 2 study zones for us here. One of them, obviously, for the younger kids. Why don't we start with that one, because the color of it is really catching my eye.
Yes, and I think that's something that's really important. When you're having a student that's maybe starting to study a little more, you want to make it inviting. You want to make them want to be in that space, so get them involved. Pick out their favorite color. I mean, this one clearly has a bit of a pink theme, just a little bit of a pink theme.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
But you want to make sure that it's fun while still being functional, but maybe don't just focus on the studying. We've added a fun beanbag chair with some throw pillows and a blanket so that, you know, maybe if they're not studying, they still want to hang out in that area. They're getting used to it, they're getting comfortable with it.
Yeah, you don't relate your study zone to something being banished from the fun times,
exactly.
Right? It's just a different location.
Exactly. Add, you know, an iPad or a laptop, an MP3 player, something that's going to keep them interested in wanting to keep going back to that space.
You still, I mean, you reference all the technology, the digital technology that young students are using these days, but I noticed you still have the organizational tools for the papers, the handouts, the duotangs, things that they're still using in school as well.
Exactly, and I think that that's something that will come a little more as they get older, but start introducing it now. I think once you get into high school and university, organization is key. It's the #1 thing that you should be focused on, so get them doing it young, you know, fun, you know, tack boards, things like that, and also make it the process a little educational as well. We've added this Sunan lamp, which not only helps with the light, because light when you're studying is so important, but it has a great message. That lamp in particular, for everyone that we sell, we donate one to children in India so they can read after dark as well.
Is that a solar lamp, by the way?
It's a solar lamp.
How cool is that? You know, you always want to remember, too, that when you create a situation like this, a study zone like this, as we're calling it, you can let the imagination run wild. Maybe the kids end up playing school, playing teacher. You never know what seed you might plant.
Exactly, and that's what you want to encourage with your kids.
Megan, let's take a look over to this one. I know that this will appeal to folks because this could be for the junior high school students all the way up to moms and dads.
Exactly, and what's great about it is this particular series comes in a range of sizes. So you can pick, what we've shown here is several different sizes of tabletops, so you can customize it to your size. But you can also, if you are strapped for space, you can, instead of using legs, we have great storage units that will double as legs. Everything is color customizable, so it comes in a range of colors, a range of finishes. What's great for the university students is it's all pre-drilled holes on the bottom. Super lightweight. You don't need a ton of power tools to put things together. It's, you know, 4 screws for each leg. Super easy to put together, super easy to take apart if you're moving after 8 months out of your dorm room.
Yeah, no kidding.
Exactly.
I mean, a university undergraduate degree can involve 4 moves, and that's just to school, let alone wherever you go in the summer.
Exactly.
All right, so probably I would imagine that the piece of advice that people need to do most is measure their space before they come in. Is that what you'd recommend?
I would totally recommend that. I would recommend taking a great floor plan of the space that you're going to use and maybe draw it out, you know, with a 1-inch scale. And kind of play with the dimensions a little bit, because you'd be surprised where some pieces can fit when you wouldn't think about it until you kind of look at it from that overview point
That's
of
a
view.
great tip. Thanks very much, Megan.
You're
Of
welcome.
course, now we have an opportunity to make somebody's day. As we go back to school as a collective group here, we know that hundreds of you entered online at breakfasttelevision.ca for a $750 IKEA gift card. Barb, one of our producers here, with the winner's name. Megan, we're going to draw it live on the air here. And we're also going to be in touch personally with 2 other viewers who will win $100 gift cards. But the winner of the $750 is Tonisha Samuels. Tonisha Samuels will be in touch with you. Congratulations as you head back to school. What a study space you can line up for $750. Megan, great to see you.
Oh, great to see you.
You're not back to school, are you?
Not back to school.
You're all good.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have that pit in my stomach, although back to school is always exciting. It's
Sometimes
always
you wish
exciting
you could,
when you've got a good space,
Exactly.
don't you? It's great to see you, Megan. We'll be back with more BT after this. Bridget Ryan checking out Viva Italia, Viva Edmonton in just a couple minutes.